What's up, everybody? So this video is a little heavy. I watched somebody on Facebook, and she shared her life experiences and stuff, and she's pretty well out there. She's as far as Facebook's concerned, out there, like, got a pretty large following, and I enjoy watching her. She's pretty fun, and she's awesome. And she shared her story last night, did a live feed, and it just broke my heart. It was heavy, and it's dealing with stuff, and I feel like I need to get something out there. If you don't speak up, nothing can be done, type thing, and it's just what it is. Basically, just giving a shout out to all the single parents out there, mothers, fathers, the grandparents out there holding it down, taking care of their grandbabies, the aunties, the uncles, the friends that have become family that are holding it down, taking care of their friends' babies. But especially to the single parents, the mothers and fathers out there that get that sense of loneliness and feel that they need to grab onto whatever shows them that emotion that they're lacking or that they're hungered for. And times are crazy. The world is so much more populated, so that leaves more crazies out there. But her story dealt with child predators and her being a victim of it for many years, from her stepdad. He's an animal. He's not a nice person. Like, should not exist in this world. And I just want these single parents out there to know it's going to be okay, and not to feel so urged to grab onto the first thing who shows you that emotion you're looking for, because it could do some damage. Protect those babies. It is our job to protect them babies, because there are child predators out there that are primed and conditioned and know how to manipulate where you're weak at and make you feel like you're on top of the world just to get to them babies. Her story just it broke my heart. She's amazing. She is not a product of her environment. She is a wonderful mother. She came above it, standing strong, doing her thing, just rolling through life. She's doing good things. Not saying that she don't deal with internal battles all the time. She's very open that she does seek therapy for it, and the therapy helps, and I'm proud of her. That's pretty awesome. And I don't even personally know her. I just, Facebook. And you get attached to people on Facebook because, like I said, we're in different times. But we need to protect them babies. A little bit of history with me, why I feel like I can even say anything about this, is that I was a single mother. The man that I am with now took me by complete surprise. Complete surprise. Me mentally, I was not even, mentally open to be in a relationship, for no companionship. I was closed-minded. It took me a month to even connect with this man, to go out on just a simple dinner. It took me about another month or so before I even showed him just a picture of my two children, because I am so protected. I am mom and dad, and it is my job to protect these babies. And end of story. Nobody's just gonna, no, not gonna happen. And I'm glad I let him in. I'm so glad. We have been together now going on almost 6 years, and he does not treat any other child different. He does not make any child feel inferior to the other, because there is such an age difference between my two children. There's 6.5 years age difference, to where presents might be a little different. They're not going to get the same thing, because I got almost a 14-year-old and I have a 7-year-old. So, they're kind of on different spectrums of life right now. So, what they enjoy is a little different, but they're amazing to each other. We have got child predators out there, male and female, that are terrible. And single parents out there that are hungry for companionship and that adult on adult type connection. And sometimes we get them blurred lines to where we're so hungry for that we'll let anything in the door under the pretense that it's okay for the most part. There are some people out there that are real jacked up that will let anything in the door, and they're just as bad as the predator in my mind, because you're to protect the babies. That's just the way I feel. Kids come first. And I know single parents. I know the struggle is hard. You are tired. You work. You have 4 or 5 jobs. You come home. You've got to deal with the kids. You got to bathe them. I'm not saying it don't get long. I know. I know. Like, believe me, I know. But it's not worth the breaking of this child's spirit just to let anybody in. If you feel like I need some adult connection, and you need to go out and whoop it up for a night and go ahead and tussle in a bed in a hotel or something, cool. Keep that person at bay. Keep that person 20 miles away from your freaking kids, and don't introduce them. People have people in their family, their aunties, their uncles, that you would never think that are sick in the head and got these tendencies towards children and could harm and break their spirit, and it's not okay. There's nothing okay about that. If I could, I swear, I'm not saying I am law dogs, but if there's a way just to rid the world of child predators, oh my gosh, it'd be awesome. But we can't. But I wish there was a way to. I really do. Just get rid of them, because all they got to do now is go serve a little bit of time, come out, register themselves, and they're amongst our children, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting the way the law is run, and I can't stand it. I don't think they need to be fed, watered, none of that. I can't find it anywhere in me to forgive and let God deal with them. They're just disgusting. Like, they're just terrible creatures out in this world. Her story just was heavy. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. Bless her. I mean, like I said, she did not become a product of her environment. She rose above it. She is a great mom. But unfortunately, that when something like that happens, a lot of people become products of their environment, and their spirit is broken, and they do unto others as that were done to them, and it's terrible. It's terrible. There are some who raise above it and become fantastic people, but the numbers are against them. Because we're so populated, of course the numbers will be against, Love your babies. Like, love them. Keep them close. Go through the struggle, but you're going through it honestly. You will get frustrated with your children, but they're your kids. Guide them in that frustration. Guide them. And that, just wait. Your time will come. It may not come when you think it needs to come. It may come. The person who's supposed to love you unconditionally could walk into your life after your children are grown and out the door. That person could walk in tomorrow, and that'd be the person who's supposed to be in your life and loves you unconditionally, but loves your kids even more. And that is honestly key. That is key, that they need to love your children fairly and unconditionally, and not make a child feel inferior to the other, ever. There's so much I could say about this, and I could go real deep, but her story just broke my heart. Single parents, be patient. Just be patient with yourself. Just do what you gotta do. Bear and grin it. Just do it. I know it's so. We're like a very self-gratifying type of society where we need to be self-gratified. We have selfish tendencies, myself included. I am not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But keep them babies safe is the first thing. That you gotta have a focal point. And even if you're only at McDonald's flipping burgers, flip the hell out of them burgers. Get that paycheck with a smile. It don't matter. It don't. If you're a maid at the Holiday Inn scrubbing toilets to pay your rent and put food on the table for your babies, I applaud every single one of you for doing it honestly, because I've been there. Trust and believe, I've been there. I've held 2-3 jobs at once, exhausted, tired, like, before I was totally shut down to a relationship, and I was shut down for a while. Don't get me wrong, I was shut down for a while. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Have your adult time away from your kids, and don't bring that adult time into your home where your babies lay their heads, where they're safe and sound, and that's their safe place. Don't do it. Just don't. Until you get to know the person. And we have human instincts, people, like human instincts, like natural human instincts, that sometimes where you walk by somebody, like in a grocery store, at a convenience store, or just down the sidewalk, and you get that weird feeling like something's off about that person. That is our human instinct that we are detaching from in society. Tap into that. Don't overthink it. Just steer clear, roll on, go the opposite direction. Like something ain't right with that motherfucker. Like it ain't right. Like they ain't right. They ain't cool. Roll on. Don't think about it. Love them babies. Love them, man. Love them babies. Guide them. Guide them. Do what you can to get them to the next step in their life. Explain things. You don't have to bring them into an adult world. You don't need to explain your adult problems, but you need to guide them to gear them up for being an adult themselves. You know, get them ready. Because come 18 years old, there ain't much we can do in society. They could just be like, deuce, mom, dad, I'm out. Whether you feel they're ready for the world or not. I ain't even ready for the world sometimes. The world's a rough place. It is. But protect them babies from these people. They're terrible people. Please don't be so hungry and thirsty for that companionship that you're willing just to get it from anybody. Don't do it. Just don't. Protect them babies so they're innocent and they're not toxic and their spirits aren't broke. And they're okay. And they're gonna be okay. We need more of that in this world than the parents just trying to self-gratify themselves real quick. Anyways, I could go on and on, but it was just heavy. And I'm just giving a shout out to the girl that I do follow on the live feed. You're doing it, mama. You're doing it, and you're doing it good, and you're doing it well, and just keep doing it. And thank you for sharing your story. It was just heavy. It was on my heart, and I was just don't, people. Just don't be the one to let a monster in your house. Because the guilt you will live with it will eat you alive. And what could happen to that baby if you let a monster in your house just because you needed some self-soothing from another adult who may not be the right one? Could fake you, could trick you out like this person's amazing, male or female, it don't matter. Trick you out like they're the freaking queen or king of your world, and they need to know. They're master manipulators, okay? That's what these child predators do. Just don't do it. Be patient. Be patient. Anyways, God bless all you all. And yes, April the giraffe, have that dang baby. I'm one of them Looney Tunes who checks in on her a couple times a day. Take care. Enjoy the spring weather. God bless everybody.